Hello, welcome to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. I am an energy alchemist, sound bowl practitioner, and also the author of the internationally acclaimed The ABCs of Chakra Therapy. Welcome. So, Mindful Musings. What's that about? Well, have you not been experiencing the world lately? I swear, people are going crazy out there. There is so much chaos. There, us versus them mentality. This war thing going on, and it's anxious. You just can feel the static and the anxiety. Everyone is been pummeled with it, and I just thought, because I have spent decades studying with some of the greatest teachers, I've learned so much that wouldn't it be lovely to be able to share just a little bit of what I've learned? If that could assist you in achieving some inner peace, calm, serenity, good humor, even if just for a little bit. Learning how to come back to center when everyone else around you is often flying around in different directions is such a gift. And that's what I want to share. And some of the ways I'll be sharing is through energy alchemy. And by that, I mean it's our ability to change energy. We are all energy and vibration. So we also have the ability to change that, to transmute it. Transmuting and changing it is through sound bowls, tuning forks, all these wonderful sound therapy. And then, of course, good old chakra balancing. So that is a major part of it as well. In future episodes, I intend to go through each chakra and provide maybe a healing or at least information using sound bowls to assist us along the way. So that is what I hope to accomplish with Mindful Musings. Let's get started. All right. Since this is the intro, let me tell you a little bit about my history, how I've come to this place of being. You know, I've had a long life, and it's a very good life. I grew up in the Midwest, and then I moved to Los Angeles, California, lived there for about 3 decades, and then I moved back to the Midwest again. But I tell you, it has been such an amazing journey. And I was in LA during the time of the harmonic convergence. I remember we were so disappointed. I mean, the consciousness shift didn't happen. So I've learned to live with disappointment. And as I stated before, I really have been very blessed by having experienced so many wonderful teachers, because I was in LA during the time of, the height of self growth and personal transformation. I mean, that was the thing. You did as many seminars on self growth as you could, and you excelled. That was it. I even remember going around with my aerobics friends because I was also a personal trainer and aerobics instructor. They didn't quite get me, but we had a trip to Hawaii and I would run up and I would hug the trees. And I finally got them to hug the trees as well. I am back to hugging trees. It always comes full circle. I've experienced highs and lows, and I know what it's to feel stuck and hurt. And I also know what it's like to experience bliss. And it really has been a remarkable journey. Oh, yeah. For the past couple of decades, I have been in retail management. I loved it, and I finally retired from that just a couple months ago. That is what led me into craving and the desire to find something else that can help me come to balance, because that's where I experienced all the lovely people, an inordinately amount of wonderful people. And there were also an inordinately amount of really mean and nasty people who took it out on those of us in the service industry. And it weighed on my heart and on my soul, and it was kind of dark. Honestly, I'm not that great of a meditator. So I was struggling to find a way to sit down and have time to myself where my brain just wasn't going crazy or feeling all angst. And I needed to remind myself again, I have the answers inside. You have all the answers within you. We just have to find a way of getting quiet and still enough to listen to what that guidance is. So, my latest journey has involved my beautiful singing bowls, and I'll show you a little bit about that next. Okay, so sound bowls, singing bowls, same thing. You're probably asking, what are they? What are you talking about? Do they sing? Well, yeah, they do, but you make them sing. They are, shall I say hello to my little friends, because they are my friends. These here, the colorful bowls here, are what's called crystal singing bells. And they are made out of 99.9% crystal quartz. There are high-end alchemy bowls, which are just extraordinary. There are gem-infused crystal singing bowls as well. Again, all with different properties, because crystals and gemstones, they're just exquisite. You might wonder, how did we come up with crystal singing bowls? You know, they are a product of Silicon Valley in the 1980s. They used crystal chalices to make computer chips, I believe. And the crystal bowls were just discarded until one day somebody very brilliantly discovered that they make a beautiful tone. And thus, in the 1980s, crystal bowls were discovered and developed. So they aren't any ancient practice. They are very, very new to the scene, and also very amazing. You either resonate to them or you don't. But because they are built with crystals, if you think about it, our body has crystalline cells. We have the crystals in here. We are basically 70% water. So sound and vibration, you make the sound, it echoes, it just vibrates through to the cellular level, the crystalline cells, and it can permeate through the blood in the system. It's the water, since we are water-based electrical beings. The sound can have a profound healing aspect to it. So these are the crystal bowls. Now there are other kind of bowls as well, which I love. Metal bowls are usually hand beaten. They are comprised of 7 metals. Theirs is more vibratory. The sound is beautiful, but the sound on the crystal bowls, these are tuned. I'll get into more specifics on these guys a little bit later, but these are tuned. So their sound is very pure. And these are of 432 hertz frequency. So they are tuned together, and they're an octave scale here. Metal bowls is really difficult. You can't really tune them. They have like overtones to them. There's a main tone and then overtones. Here, let me strike Frankie, I love you. know you can't, but I can feel this. The metal bowls, literally, at least the handmade ones, create a vibration that you can feel throughout your body. It is just extraordinary. And you can hear there's a low tone, a middle tone, and a high tone. So each of those work together. And you can literally, if you have a metal bowl, you can just sit with it and tone it, strike it, feeling the vibration. And that in and of itself is enough to calm you and to bring you to a place of center. They have used these for centuries in monasteries. Now, I have also since learned that these are not necessarily, they weren't necessarily always used as a form of meditation to assist with the meditation and used for healing. They may really have just resulted from being a bowl that they placed food in. So demystified, that's what's so great about this. But they are beautiful. They work, and I love them, and they each serve their purpose. You will be drawn to one or the other, or neither, and that's fine. But let me tell you a little bit about my crystal bowls that I use in my sound healing sessions. People cannot agree on whether or not these really are tuned to the frequency of your chakras, your energy centers. There's a lot of philosophies about in the chakras that, okay, the base chakra is C, and the second chakra, D, solar plexus, E, heart, F, throat, G, middle eye, A, crown, B. And of course, this is soul star, this is earth star. If you subscribe to that theory, I don't necessarily believe that. I love them because I am musically inclined. I played the piano and I sang all that. So I love the idea that this is an octave and I can hear the harmonies. I do experience that you will feel it in your body, in your energy centers. But because our energy fluctuates so much, you may not feel it like this one. You may not feel that in your solar plexus, but you will feel it somewhere. And that's where the validity comes from. It's a totally personal preference. I still go with the chakra system because, why not? It's here. But there is no right or wrong. I do use these to assist me with getting quiet. The thing with sound and frequency is it's very powerful, and it's especially powerful if you set an intention. These to me, they're my friends, and this is my work set. I have another set at home that is for my personal use. But setting the intention of healing, release, or whatever your intention is, and then sitting down and playing the bowls is an incredible experience. For me, it has brought me so much peace and serenity that I can be very upset, but I can sit down and I talk to the bowls and they talk back in their tones. And there's harmonies, like the thirds, fifths. Those are open tones and very healing. When you want to move the energy out, if there's stuck energy, well, then you create dissonance, and then followed by harmony. But this is what happens in a sound healing session. Just imagine yourself that you can lie down in a comfortable position. Maybe you put on an eye mask, and you have a cozy blanket to keep you warm. Then we do a guided meditation through the chakras, the energy centers, and focusing on breath. Breath is so very, very important to bring you back into that stillness. The breath combined with these beautiful melodious tones. We have a busy beta brain that has been caused by all this chaos and all this stuff that's going on. We're on our phones constantly. We're on the computer constantly. We're being bombarded, all the time. And our brains are going like this. And so many people don't know how to shut off their brains. Well, you can't really shut it off, but you can certainly, it's going like this. Here's this busy beta brain. And in comes floating this beautiful tone that eventually, what it does is it entrains the brain wave to a place of balance. It takes it from that beta into an alpha theta state. And it's that theta state that can be the meditative state. It's that place of calm. That's where we can, if we're trying to solve a problem, that's where the answers can come in. If we're seeking divine guidance, that's when the stillness can come in and we can receive that guidance. So I have fallen in love with my crystal bowls, and I will probably share more of them in other episodes, but I did want to at least give you a little sampling of what it's like with these beautiful, beautiful friends. Sound. Oh, it's so beautiful. Namaste. Well, all right. I think that brings us to the conclusion of the first episode of Mindful Musings. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate this. I hope you've gotten something out of this, even if it's just knowing that you're not alone on this journey, that there are many of us who are experiencing the separation, the isolation, the anxiety, and looking for ways to come back into that place of balance and calm and stillness. Because it's from that place of calm and stillness that we make a difference. We're not going to change anyone, but we can change ourselves and the way we interact with what's around us. So I encourage you to take care of yourself. You may want to go outside and hug that tree. Oh, it's glorious to hug a tree. And go barefoot in the grass. We have lost our connection to Mother Earth. And just to take those shoes off, because those heels, the soles are so thick, we've lost our connection to Mother Earth. Walk barefoot. Hug that tree. Go take a walk in nature. Listen to the birds. I love the birds. Being outside refreshes us, and it brings us to a place of calm. So take care of yourself. Remember to drink lots of water, get plenty of sleep, and do what you can, breathing, toning, so that you can calm that brain so you can get sleep. I think I will bring us to that place and lead us out of this video with a little bit of singing bowls. Go ahead and take a nice breath in. Exhale, releasing that tension, releasing any emotions or energies that are not yours. Release them, let them go. Focus on and just listen to the calming tones of the bowls. Let them lull you into a place of calm. The ability to listen to your own divine messages. Remembering we are simply a divine being having a human experience. You have the answers inside. Just be still, and they'll come to you. Peace be with you. Namaste.